What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J Dub, the number one comment on YouTube, and I'm back with another review. Today, I will be reviewing. I always get caught on that. What am I reviewing? I'm reviewing Ready to Love. This is season 7, episode 11. Two Truths and a Lie. And for those who are new to my channel, I do detailed reviews on reality shows. I don't do scene by scene per se. I try to pick up the most important details and maybe pick up some details that you may have not seen. And as I told you in my intro, I am YouTube's number one commenter. So on this channel, it's all about the comments. I need the comments. I want the comments. I got to have the comments. This is your comment safe space. This is what I do it for. It's no joke. I could be over on my channels that I respect and be commenting all day without making videos and all that good stuff. So, yeah, just comment. It's just that simple. You know, that's what I need you to do. Just come in and comment. Say what you say. That's the motto of this channel. So let's go ahead and pick up on this review because I got more reviews to do. I'm trying to play catch up. So this is the current episode, which was Friday, of Ready to Love. So it picks up at the cliffhanger, which I hate. I hate the cliffhangers. I don't like no to be continued. Give me what I need to close out for the week because I got to wait a week. So we're still at the ladies' elimination, and Mercedes and Suanne, they're up for elimination. And Andre announces that Susu is gone. You know, all I got to say is bye, Advocate Sue. I'm so happy that Sue is gone. Why? Because guess what? If it's no Susu, there's no Blake. And that's what I've been waiting for. So the gang pretty much mourns the loss of Suanne. And Tony, I guess he still has some beef lingering with Lyndon or whatever. So he's trying to get at him through Morgan. He see Morgan cooking. He's like, yeah. I like to eat. I like to eat. You know that, yeah. You know, we don't need this. We don't need to do all that. He's doing too much. He just wants Lyndon to hear or feel some type of way because Lyndon embarrassed him and exposed him, and he didn't want to fight him outside or whatever. So, at this point, pretty much everybody really knows who their connection is. They might not say it, but they know because we're coming to an end point, and it's so much so that Mercedes actually has a talk with Anthony. She's pretty much letting him know that, hey, I'm not ready to be a stepmama to your daughter because I don't have no kids. I like to do light. I like to do fun. And Anthony took it well. He already knew it. He just likes to placeholder or whatever because he even made that desperate reach for Sue Ann before she left or whatever, talking about, can we communicate? Like, this guy is very performative. Like, people are so in love with Anthony. I don't know because of the way he looks or the answer that he gives that makes him ready for life or whatever. But it's all an act because remember, Morgan and Marcia like kind of jumped him and brought it to him like he's not delivering. He's not consistent. He doesn't follow through as well as Suanne. So, I mean, everybody can't be lying, but I'm gonna let y'all love Anthony. We gotta let y'all love him, and just like all the no good men, you just gotta let y'all love him till y'all get tired of him. I like that. That almost rhymed. Um, so at this point, performative Anthony, he tries to like hey, um, Sue Ann's gone, so let me go ahead and try to lock in with Cynthia. Even though he got Mercedes, he thought he had Mercedes in the back burner, but that's done. So he's just playing the game, people. He's in the pool and he's relaxing with Cynthia, and they actually have their first kiss. Anthony popped out of the water like the Little Mermaid and started kissing Cynthia's teeth, and you could tell Cynthia was kind of embarrassed, like this is what I really didn't want to do because she's kind of holding on to her connection or her game pass with Andre or whatever. So I don't think she was ready to do that, but I guess Anthony stepped it up when he had to because he's just playing the game. And at this point, I'm just excited about Blake. And why I'm excited about Blake is finally falling on his sword. He got the guys together and letting everybody know, hey, I'm self-eliminating. And everybody's encouraging, like, it's just us here or whatever. You need to really tell Tommy And I'm like, no, that's terrible advice. Can't y'all just pass the message to Tommy and let him know Blake's gone? We don't need any more meetings, any more camera time with Blake. Ding dong, the witch is dead. I'm so glad he's done. So, see you, Blake. And we hear a knock at the door, and Tony was like, "Somebody knocking or something." I think Tony was drunk all weekend or whatever, but Andre got the messenger. Messenger gave him a message from nephew Tommy saying that they need to have like a little scented candle project, and they have to make candles with meaning and name their connections and give a meaningful message or whatever. Wonderful. But you know who jumped at the opportunity to make them scented candles, Guess who? He was like, my group consisted of Tony and Jeffrey, and I love candles. Candles are all over my house. You know who it is, performative Anthony. He loves candles. I'm sure he makes them in his spare time. Anyway, so Morgan, she takes the opportunity to kind of sneak and meet Lyndon while Tony's making candles because she's afraid of Tony, of what he's going to say or how angry he's going to get, or bringing up that, oh, she's always around Lyndon, or Lyndon is always around her. And at this point, I think Lyndon is like at his breaking point, like he's ready to give up. And he tells Morgan that he was kind of hurt to be in all that back and forth, dealing with Tony with her or whatever, and like he really wants her to make a decision, but she's saying like, "Oh no, I'm not really ready." And Lyndon isn't stupid. He knows that Morgan has already made up his mind, and he feels like she's playing with him. And he just like, I don't want to fight to prove my love for you, between Tony. That's not what I do. Like, you can make the decision, we can be all over with, but we know Morgan is down with Tony. So, um, at this point, Lyndon is kind of telling Morgan like, "Hey, this guy's like no good for you," and Cynthia is telling Morgan the same thing. Like Morgan, like, my pet peeve is that you have to see a guy when he's angry, and pretty much Tony has showed you who he is, and Morgan is not listening at all. And Tony actually doubles down and proves his point of like aggressively checking in on Morgan because like he kind of heard that she's sitting in the room upset, and he's thinking like, oh, she's crying over like Lyndon, or have because she hurt Lyndon or whatever. I could just go home or whatever. And at this point, Tony and Morgan deserve each other. That toxic love. She's good with his anger issues. He's good with putting there in the rest of his hair what he got left, and they're a match made in hell, as I said. So let them have at it. Um, but at this point, I'm not even gonna go into the candle presentation ceremony. It was like really boring, and we really got to see who is in the who and what the couples look like, because that's when people started gravitating toward the the coupleship or whatever, because they have to present the candles, and at this point we kind of knew Andre and Jeffrey were down, um, and now it's Cynthia and Anthony, and it's Mercedes and Mark Anthony. Morgan, she's like playing it cool or whatever, even though um Lyndon gave her a candle. Tony is like, I don't know if he's like passed out drunk or he just didn't want to do the candle thing. He made one, but it had a bug in it, as Morgan said. But I think Lyndon had an opportunity to kind of, at this point, because Tony was temporarily out of the picture, he could have tried to win Morgan over, but he failed. Lyndon made Morgan a two-wick candle because she has two flames. This guy, he's coming off insecure. Now he keep talking about Tony, like, go after her or convince her that you want her more than Tony, or you're the better fit. But he's failing. Lyndon ain't ready to love. He's ready to go home. So before the trip was over, everybody woke up, sobered up, and Smooth Tony from up top hit Morgan with everything she needed to look past all his red flags. He apologized to her. He reinforced her the roadmap to her 2 year plan. Wife me, please. And I mean, that's all it took. Like it never happened. He was like, oh, I'm a provider. I'm intentional. I'm supportive of all everything that you do, and I'm just gonna just love you. And she was like, oh, she was gone. He got right back in there like it never happened. So again, when people continue to ignore the red flags, you just gotta let them have it. You gotta let them see for themselves. There's no help for them. So we got to see some last minute dates after they came back. The first date was Blake and nephew Tommy. Nah, they wasn't going on a date. Blake had to give Tommy his 2 weeks notice that he was closing his one employee company. You know, because Susu's gone, he don't have nobody to work for him or advocate for him. So this scene wasn't really needed. Blake, everybody told Tommy that you were gone and why you were gone, so we didn't need to see you again. I guess I gotta wait to the reunion. I know I gotta see him again because I'm sure it's something that Blake did or didn't do that is going to get revealed. And the other date was Mark Anthony and Mercedes. They went on the first date from what we could see, because I don't remember them going on a date at all. But their date consisted of some beer and some chess. And I'm thinking, like, is this a real date? But I guess the date represents their type of relationship. They like to keep things light, not too serious, not too formal or whatever. And I don't know, from the body language, Mark Anthony has driven the Mercedes before. I'm telling you, believe it. But really, what surprised me that Mark Anthony, in his confessional, was still talking about Jeffrey. Like, is he just as delusional as Jeffrey, or he wants to guarantee he makes it to the end no matter what? Jeffrey's already engaged to Andre, so I don't get it. But okay, I know it's all a game. And at this point, the ladies are having their last deliberation in the church. It's the ladies. It's time to decide, like, which guy is not ready to love. Because we had two ladies in a row. Now it's one guy, and everybody's talking about their connections, and you know, pretty much Lyndon is like at the bottom, and Tommy actually gave Morgan the option to say, like, hey, we have a place for you where you can hide from Tony. It's like a safe house, because like we can see he's manipulative, he's angry, he's aggressive. No, he was just trying to tell her, like, he was trying to put the mirror up to Morgan, like, this guy is bad for you. Why you can't see that? Cynthia trying to tell you why you can't see that. And uh Morgan's explanation, the heart wants what it wants. So Tommy was like, I can't help her. I can't save her. She don't want to be saved. So at this point, Tommy is offering Morgan the opportunity to either keep Lyndon around or let him go, because Tommy's like, wow, you're saying so many wonderful things about Lyndon, but you say all these bad things about Tony, but you still want Tony. It just doesn't make sense at all. But he's leaving it up to Morgan to say, hey, you can keep Lyndon if he proves to you like he needs to be around, or you have the opportunity to let him know he's not ready to love. And Morgan she did just that. She brought it to him, and I love the way she gave the opportunity to Lyndon, just saying, like, you know what I want. And Lyndon showed who he was. He claims he doesn't want to fight, but every time he's talking about Morgan, he brings up Tony, and he's talking about comparing Tony. And Morgan's like, hey, we're not talking about Tony, we're talking about Morgan and Lyndon. And like, are you going to be a provider, or do you want to be a husband? And he's like, I didn't expect to want to be married in a year or whatever. And she's like, do you think you can be the man that is for me and do all the things I need you to do? And he honestly said no. So that was it. That was the answer. Goodbye, low energy, lazy Lyndon. Lyndon was here just for a good time. He really should have gravitated toward Jonique. it didn't have to be nothing serious. Jonique liked to turn up on Fridays and get drunk with the fam. He's a bartender. It'll work, you know. But I don't know. I guess he was captivated by Morgan's beauty or her booty. I don't know. So that was pretty much it. The episode was lackluster. Drop down in the comments. Tell me what you think. This was a very short one. So, yeah, we're gonna continue on this train and knocking these videos out. What we got next? Married at First Sight. Then I gotta put a ring on it. I don't know when all these gonna get out, but within 24 hours. And as I always tell y'all could be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate it, and I really mean it.